Welcome to the Thinking Outside the Ball podcast. I am here with Lucas Ham, multi-sport athlete, and we're going to be discussing on who the NBA champions will be in the year 2023-24. Lucas, welcome to the show.
Hey Johnny, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
All right, so let's get right to it. A lot of different contenders out there, man. A lot of different teams, a lot of different opportunities here for a lot of these guys in the NBA. But, I'm going to start it off here, and I'm going to say that the Los Angeles Lakers are going to take the 2023-2024 NBA championship. I mean, you just look at them, you got LeBron Ramon James Sr. there on that team, man. You got Anthony Davis. You got a multitude of different players, and they really improved their roster this offseason, and I think that's going to help them out a lot this upcoming season, picking up a multitude of players in the offseason. The only guy that they really lost was Dennis Schroeder and I guess, Mo Bamba. But the rest of their pickups, man, it was tough. They just picked up Christian Wood not too long ago. And, yeah, man, it's looking scary there in L.A. What do you think?
I would say the Lakers have definitely improved in the offseason, but I still could never take them as my championship pick, considering Anthony Davis's health concerns and LeBron James approaching. Yeah. Pushing 40, right?
Yeah,
so
that is fair.
I would say that my pick would have to be more leaning towards, probably say the Milwaukee Bucks are still up there for me. Giannis is a tough guard, and I don't think anyone in the league can still guard him.
Okay. So talking about, teams like the Clippers, they used to be a very deep team. Now it's sort of fizzled out. A lot of their players have gotten older and stuff like that. I feel like the deepest team has to be the Lakers now. I mean, I don't know. The Nuggets, they were a deep team, but they lost Bruce Brown. Do you think that the Lakers are the deepest team in the NBA, or do you think that might be someone else?
I still truly believe I'd take the Denver Nuggets any day of the week against the Lakers.
Okay.
Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, you know.
MPJ is there too.
They got two MVP caliber players, not even going into the depth of their bench,
Yeah, that is fair. That is very fair. Okay. Stepping aside from that, you did mention the injuries, of course. Anthony Davis, very injury-prone guy. Of course, LeBron James getting up there in age, that's going to definitely have some sort of impact on how many games he plays. He hasn't even been playing close to all 82 in the past couple seasons. What do you think the impact will be with injuries come the playoff time? We've seen a lot of different injuries in the past, like, of course, Kevin Durant getting injured in 2019 and stuff like that really impacted the playoffs. And a lot of years, the playoffs is impacted by injuries quite a bit. So do you think that's going to have a big impact this year, especially with people like Anthony Davis?
I would say that injuries will always be a key factor in playoff runs. Teams trying to make deep playoff runs, they always depend on their guys clicking at the right time, because a lot of times the playoff runs come down to if you're gelling at the right time, the right place, because that's part of the reason why a lot of teams have shifted towards load management, trying to make sure their guys are fresh for the playoffs, right, so that, come down in the crunch, guys like Kawhi Leonard, when the Raptors won the championship, Kawhi had they were doing a lot of load management, and he was able to last the whole playoffs. I haven't seen Kawhi come close to being able to be healthy in playoffs ever since then.
That is a good point. That is a very good point. Yeah, man. I mean, the injuries, it is a big deal. It's something that is very important, especially come playoff time. Very aggressive game of basketball that they play in the playoffs compared to the regular season. And you're gonna need to have a lot of players that can either manage those injuries or can stay away from getting injured. And speaking of teams and their star power, what do you think the teams that will be making it to the NBA Finals will be this year? I think you said the Bucks will be making it out of the Eastern Conference. Do you think the West is going to be the Nuggets, or what would you say?
I would say my probably favorite would have to be the Nuggets. I do think actually Golden State has still managed to build and maintain a strong team, a strong roster. Right. Considering, the longevity. They've won 4 championships. They know how to win. I definitely wouldn't count them out. And the Lakers, of course, they'll always be there because they have LeBron James and Anthony Davis. But like I said, their injuries and, their ability to perform as a team together in the crunch, getting swept in the conference final is never a good look.
Yeah, it definitely is not whatsoever. So that is going to wrap up this episode of the Thinking Outside the Ball podcast. Thank you for coming on, Lucas. It was a very enjoyable couple minutes here talking some championship aspirations for these teams, man. It's gonna be interesting to see who's gonna make it out of the finals, and we're gonna have to find out in a couple months.